Earlier this year, an elderly man and his dog were attacked by dogs on Deplis Street on the city's west side. And tragically, 81-year-old Ramon Nahara died from his injuries.
It's a case that we've been following since that horrific attack, and now it's playing out in the court system. Erica Hernandez joins us now to talk about the case, as one of the two co-defendants had their first hearing yesterday. Hey, good morning.
Good morning, guys.
It was the man and his wife.
Yes.
Right. Okay,
yes, that's
gotcha.
correct.
I just caught that in that script. All right, so who was in court yesterday, Erica, and what happened during that hearing?
So there is two co-defendants in the case, but we saw Christian Moreno in court yesterday. This was his first hearing since being indicted last month. So he's facing two charges. That's injury to the elderly, as well as a dangerous dog attack resulting in death. So in the first kind of hearing that took place yesterday, they discussed where they were at in the case. So the attorneys are turning over evidence to the defense, and they've gotten pretty far. Jeff Mulliner, who is the prosecutor in this case, told the judge that they've pretty much turned over 95% of all of their discovery or evidence, and they're just waiting for one more thing that could happen pretty quickly. So that was kind of what this first hearing, this is the first step in this process. Sometimes that could be lengthy, sometimes that cannot be lengthy.
Speaking of quickly, it seems like the judge in this case wants to take it to trial pretty quickly. Do you think it's going to happen this year?
It could. Yeah. It could be late this year if it does. She did mention that if they did call a jury, she would have to call a big panel, and she has to do about 6 to 7 weeks notice just for that. And then they set the trial date. So it could happen end of year. It could even potentially, I'm probably expecting this to happen maybe early next year.
This case obviously got a lot of media exposure here in the Alamo City. There was a mention about a possible change of venue in this case?
Yeah, it's something that they do have to talk about. The judge realized, hey, from day one, since this happened, this not only was a big story for us here, it kind of went national.
It did.
And I mean, I know there was even a bill that was, proposed that got vetoed at the governor's desk because of this attack. So yes, it has a lot of attention. Would a jury pool here in San Antonio, would it affect that? So she did tell the defense if they were going to bring that up, they have to bring that up soon. And
if it had that kind of attention, that means a jury in any other county in the state likely may have heard similar stories about this case.
Exactly. So It doesn't really matter where it gets set. They could have a hearing. Mm-hmm. She could still deny it and it stay here in San Antonio. But that's probably something that will come in the next few months if they request it.
Gotcha. But what will come next in the case?
So like I said, there's two co-defendants. So we need to talk about the second co-defendant, which is Christian Moreno's wife, Abilene Schneider, who was in court with him yesterday morning as well. But she comes for her first court appearance on the same charges next week. So she will have kind of the same hearing with her attorney and the prosecutor discuss where they're at in the case. It'll be probably pretty similar since it's the same facts for both cases. And then Christian Moreno is ordered to come back in 30 days to make sure that all that evidence has finally gone over and they could potentially start talking about a potential trial date schedule and see where they're kind of at. It's really interesting to follow these cases from the beginning like this because we get to see the process. And sometimes, like I said, for this, sometimes cases we say 2-3 years that we see them go to trial. This one may be a 6 to 8 month turnaround, which is pretty interesting because it's not something we see. But there are two charges. One of them is a 3rd-degree felony, which is punishable of up to 10 years. And then the other one is a 2nd-degree felony, which is punishable of up to 20 years if they're found guilty.
All right, this story far from over.
Far from over, but we obviously will be covering in every hearing. We will be there just to kind of get an update of where it's at.
All right. Well, thank you for keeping us posted, and we'll keep following you on social media as well.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Erica.
Keep up to date with all of San Antonio's top news, weather, and so much more by clicking the like and subscribe buttons below. And once again, thanks for watching KSAT.